feel it. It's not just a feeling. It's a calling. The heavens are moving. The winds have changed. And you, chosen one, are being carried into a new cycle that has already begun to manifest around you. Your new life is beginning. Maybe until now, everything seemed dark. Closed doors, people turning their backs, failures, pain, silence. But let me reveal a spiritual truth few understand. The emptiness you felt wasn't the end. It was the preparation. The entire universe was clearing the ground, uprooting what was useless, breaking false structures, and exposing those who wore masks around you. All for this, to open the path to your true life. And do you know why now? Because you resisted. You were betrayed, but you didn't lose faith. You were ignored, but you didn't stop dreaming. You were sabotaged, but you kept being the light. While many surrendered to darkness, you kept the flame burning in your heart. And because of that, the heavens decided, it's now. Your new life is already underway, chosen one. You don't see it all yet because the true miracle begins in the invisible. Just like a tree doesn't grow overnight. Your new cycle is sprouting underground, where no one sees it, but where everything is decided. And this phase requires silence, discernment, faith from one who knows they are carrying something divine in the womb of the soul. You are carrying a new identity, a new mission, a new time. It's like a divine clock ticking in the background. Each passing second brings closer the moment when everything will align, everything will reveal, everything will manifest. And that time is closer than you think. You have already noticed the signs. Strange people disappearing from your life. Weariness with places you once tolerated. Sudden sensations that something is about to happen. This is not paranoia. This is the spiritual sensitivity that only the chosen possess. You feel before seeing. You sense before knowing. You move by what the Spirit reveals, not by what the world shows. And now you are on the threshold of rebirth, not of the body, but of essence. You will no longer live by what they told you was right. You will live by what God planted inside you, even before you were born. Do you know why things didn't work before? Because you were still trying to fit your soul into realities that were not yours, jobs that made you sick, relationships that diminished you, places where you had to hide your light so as not to bother others. But that is over. Repeat quietly now. That is over. The new cannot enter where the old still rules. That's why God allowed the cleansing. That's why He cut connections, closed doors, left you alone at times. He was not punishing you. He was preparing you. Because when the blessing arrives, it needs space. And your blessing is coming. Not just a blessing, but a whole life of restoration, alignment, and purpose. Your new life will reflect who you truly are. No pretending, no masks, no crumbs. You were born for abundance, and the time of scarcity was your training. You were born for true connection, and loneliness was the desert. You were born to live as the chosen, and anonymity was your hiding place. Now heaven has decided. Show who it is. Reveal who she is. The time has come. And no, it's not you who needs to chase after it. What is yours will start running to you. The right people, unexpected opportunities, doors that open without force, peace without effort, joy without reason, all because you are finally aligned, centered in your time. But be careful, this is only the beginning. Now your spiritual sensitivity must be sharp, because the enemy will try to distract you. He will try to bring back the old disguised as new. He will try to plant fear and confusion. But you know how to discern. You have been through enough to recognize the difference between a test and a trap, between a blessing and a distraction. And if you've listened this far, it's because your spirit is confirming, yes, this word is for me, and it truly is. You didn't find this video by chance, not by luck, nor coincidence. It was the universe. It was God who brought you here. Because something big is about to be revealed, and you needed this confirmation. It is beginning, and there is no turning back, no more doubt, no more delay. Everything you went through was real, but everything coming is greater than any pain left behind. The new life of the chosen is rising like the dawn, clear, strong, irresistible, and no one can stop it. Not the envious, not the traitors, not those who mocked you. They will see. They will see you shine. They will see you rise. They will see that what was a fall was a push, that what seemed the end was a new beginning, that what hurt was construction. And do you know the most beautiful thing of all? You won't need to prove anything. Your own life will be the testimony. The miracle will speak for you. So, take a deep breath. Place your hand on your chest and declare to yourself, my new life has begun. Nothing will ever be the same. You have no idea how much you were protected. While everything seemed still, while you thought life was stuck, there were spiritual forces moving in your favor. Angels at war for you, energy being rearranged all around you, and the invisible working tirelessly to bring you exactly where you need to be. Because the chosen is never lost. He may seem disoriented. He may walk through deserts, dark valleys, long nights. But lost? Never. Your path was already traced before your birth. The battles you faced were not random. They were part of the process that unlocks the promise. The truth is, you had to break curses that were in your lineage for generations. You had to say no to cycles everyone else repeated. You had to carry pains that weren't even yours. All of this to be the first to awaken, the first to rise, the first to break through. And this comes with a price. That's why so many envy you without reason. That's why so many tried to pull you down. Because in the spiritual realm, your light disturbs even before you understand who you are. You carry an energy that can't be explained, a presence that demands attention, a gaze that reveals depth even when you are silent. The chosen is like this. He doesn't need to defend himself. He doesn't need to prove anything. The very atmosphere changes when he arrives. And you know, you've always been different. Since you were a child, you felt more, perceived more, connected with the invisible in a way no one understood. While others laughed, you reflected. While everyone followed the flow, you questioned. While many sold themselves for little, you preferred to lose rather than become corrupt. This made you seem strange, isolated, the complicated one. But now you know. You were just different because you were set apart for a mission, set apart for a time like this, set apart because God chose you for something greater. And now, everything that was denied before will start to flow. Everything that was taken from you will come back multiplied. Your new life will not be based on human effort. It will be guided by divine favor. Where before you dragged yourself, now you will fly. Where before you begged, now you will be sought. Where before you were rejected, now you will be exalted. And it's not just about material success, it's much deeper than that. It's about living aligned with your essence. It's about waking up every day with purpose. It's about loving who you've become. Because you went through fire and didn't burn, you were purified, ground down, emptied, so that now you can be filled with the new that carries peace, the new that carries healing, the new that carries direction. You will no longer be guided by fear, guilt, or anxiety. You will be guided by intuition, by spiritual wisdom, by revelations that arrive at exactly the right moment. And no, you will no longer walk with just anyone. The time of the crowd is over. Now it's time for divine connections, people who lift you up, who see your soul, who don't compete with you, because they understand they are on the same side of the mission. Chosen one, you are in transition. And in transition, not everyone will understand you. Some will try to hold you back to your old self. They will want you to be silent again, to diminish yourself, to conform. But you no longer fit in that place. You no longer fit in those clothes. You no longer fit in that level of consciousness. Your mind has expanded. Your vision has broadened. Your spirit has awakened. You are moving to another frequency, another level, another spiritual dimension. And this will require a new stance from you, the stance of one who already knows who he is, one who no longer begs, one who no longer explains himself, one who walks with firm faith, even without having all the answers. The new is not comfortable, I know, but it is necessary. It is in it that you will find yourself. It is in it that your identity manifests clearly. It is in it that the anointing God poured over you will reveal itself with power. And when that happens, and it will, you will look back and say, it was all worth it. The tears, the sleepless nights, the no's, the abandonments, the disappointments, it all served a purpose. Because God never wastes pain. He turns suffering into authority, wounds into wisdom, silence into preparation. And you, chosen one, are more ready than you imagine. You just need to take the next step, not in haste, not in despair, but with the confidence of one who knows he is being guided. God is already ahead, and what he has prepared is no small thing. It is great, it is unprecedented, it is supernatural, and it will be impossible to hide. Your life will shine with such intensity that even those who forgot you will remember. Even those who hurt you will seek you out. Even those who doubted will be silenced. But you will not take revenge, because the chosen does not retaliate. He rises, and as he rises, he inspires, he heals, he awakens others. Because this is your true mission, to be a beacon, to be a reference, to be a mirror, to be living proof that God still lifts those who are faithful, still honors those who remain, still makes the impossible happen. Yes, it's with you. The new life has already begun, and the world will still see what God is capable of doing. Through someone who simply chose not to give up. You need to understand one thing. The new life opening before you is not a reward. It is a release. You are not being rewarded for being perfect. You are being activated for having endured what many could not bear. You were broken and rebuilt so many times, but at no moment did you stop carrying the light inside you. And now, the time has come for that light to expand. Your new life begins from the inside out. It doesn't start with fame, money, or applause. It starts with a deep, almost strange peace that surrounds you when you finally accept that you don't need to control everything. The soul of the chosen is trained in silence, in pain, in waiting, and only those who have been through this know what it is like to reach the point where you no longer need to prove anything to anyone. You simply are. You are different. You are marked. You are set apart. And when you embrace this truth, everything begins to align. You no longer waste time on distractions. You don't insist on people who don't want to grow. You don't cling to places where your soul cannot breathe. You understand that you are on a mission, and the mission requires focus. And the most beautiful part, everything begins to cooperate with you. Time, the right people, unexpected opportunities, answers that come without effort. Not because it became easy, but because you are aligned with what is true. And the universe responds strongly when a chosen one finally takes his place. You will notice the doors that were once locked will open without you knocking. The resources that seemed far away will start to appear. The dreams you put aside will resurface with greater clarity, because God is activating everything that was asleep within you. Your spiritual sensitivity, your creativity, your courage, your gift, and this will make you magnetic. People will feel drawn to your presence, not because of appearance, not because of status, but because of the spiritual vibration you carry. You are a beacon, and those who walk in darkness will be guided by the light coming from you, even without understanding why. So, take care of what you carry. Feed your mind with what elevates. Surround yourself with what strengthens. Protect your energy as one protects a sacred treasure, because that is what you are, a rare treasure in times of copies. And the world needs you awake. Do you notice the chaos out there? The confusion, the hurry, the fear, the greed? But inside you, a new world is being born, a place of silence, direction, and purpose. This place is where the new begins. It is there that your new life is being drawn, and God is leading you with precision. Even when it seems nothing is happening, even when the answer hasn't come yet, even when everything seems still, it's only appearance. Because in the spiritual world, the movement never stops. And now, more than ever, you need to trust in this movement. Because the new life that is coming cannot be built on doubt, fear, or attachment to the past. You will have to let go of what still holds you. You will have to say goodbye to some old versions of yourself. You will have to release what no longer vibrates with your essence. It's not easy, but it's necessary. Because everything that's coming will require a version of you that is still being born. You will have to think differently, act differently, choose differently. You can no longer live on autopilot. You can no longer repeat old patterns. You can no longer hide behind excuses. You were called to lead, to influence, to carry a frequency that heals, awakens, and transforms. And this begins now. You will notice that as you take steps of faith, the path will open, as if the very ground were being built beneath your feet. Miracles will happen so naturally that you will cry, not from sadness, but from recognition. Recognition that God never abandoned you, that He was always there. Even when everything seemed dark, He was the very light inside you, and that light will now shine like never before. Your new life will not be just something external. It will be an extension of your healed spirit, of your freed mind, of your purified heart. And that is why no one will be able to touch what is yours. Because it was not given by men, It was released by God. Prepare yourself. Prepare for an avalanche of confirmation. Prepare for unexpected encounters that will change everything. Prepare for doors that open without effort. Prepare for a feeling of lightness and clarity you have never experienced before. All because the old has fallen away, and the new has already been born. And when you least expect it, you will hear yourself saying, "That was it. That was it all along. Now I understand." You understood why the pain. You understood why the weight. You understood why the rejection. You understood that it was all part of a much greater plan, and that plan was always good. Chosen one, your new life will not start tomorrow. It has already begun. Now it's up to you. Do not retreat. Do not sabotage yourself. Do not accept less than what heaven has prepared. You were born for this, and you are exactly where you should be. Have you noticed? Whenever you're about to take a big step, something tries to stop you. A sudden doubt, an irrational fear, someone from your past who resurfaces out of nowhere. A distraction that seems small but pulls you off course. This is no coincidence, it's spiritual sabotage. Because you, chosen one, are approaching a point of no return. A point where your consciousness will be so elevated, so awake, so full of light, that no darkness will ever reach you again. And that is exactly why the shadows stir. The forces that have always watched you know. When you cross this point, there's no going back. You become an active channel of transformation, a warrior of the invisible, a living instrument of the divine plan. And that, it bothers. It bothers those who live by appearances. It bothers those who profit from other people's fear. It bothers spiritual entities that fed on your pain, your anxiety, your low self-esteem. Yes, much of what you felt was not yours. It was thrown onto you, placed in your mind as a form of blockage. But now, you are seeing, and once the chosen one sees, he never closes his eyes again. You've begun to notice the patterns, the repetitions, the traps. You realize that certain people always appeared to drain you, that certain environments depleted you, that certain words came loaded with venom, even when disguised as advice. You started hearing what's behind the sound, seeing what's behind the image, feeling what's behind the touch. This is called spiritual awakening, and it is this awakening that is opening the path to your new life. But with it comes a price. You will have to walk more alone, not because you want to, but because not everyone can handle your light. Not everyone is ready for the truth you carry. Not everyone can walk at the level of consciousness you have reached. And that's okay. This apparent loneliness is temporary. It serves to align you with your purpose, without noise, distractions, or dependencies. It is in this period that you develop spiritual listening, inner vision, clarity of mission. And soon after, God begins to send the right allies, people with the same vibration, beings who have also awakened, souls who don't compete with you, but add to you. But before that, you need to clear. You need to cut old ties. You need to say no firmly. You need to let die what no longer belongs to who you are. Your new life cannot be built on the rubble of the old version. And you have already noticed. When you try to fit where you no longer belong, the universe pushes you out. You lose your peace. You feel out of place. You start to become sick inside. It is the sign. It is the sign that the time to remain has ended. It's time to advance. And when you obey, everything changes. Blessings accelerate. Time seems to conspire. Ideas come like downloads. Synchronicity becomes part of your routine. You think, and it happens. You desire, and the answer comes. You move, and the universe opens the way. Because now you are flowing in your original frequency. You left the illusion. You left the system. You left the mental prison. And now you are ready to live what was reserved for your soul since before the foundation of the world. Chosen one, understand this. Your new life is an activation of your original destiny. And because of that, it does not depend on others' opinions. It does not depend on human recognition. It does not depend on status. It depends on only one thing: your faithfulness to the calling. If you remain faithful, even when no one sees, if you continue, even through tears, if you obey, even without understanding, then you have already won. And now the time has come for heaven to manifest on earth through you. Prepare to be used. Prepare to be a voice. Prepare to be the answer. Because many around you will begin to wake because of you. Just by being near, they will start to dream more, feel more, remember who they are. You will become a living portal, a bridge between dimensions, an instrument of revelation. But remember, the greater the light, the greater the responsibility. You can no longer live distracted. You can no longer bargain your energy. You can no longer be silent in the face of wrong. You were not raised to be neutral. You were raised to be a key to open doors, to unlock what is locked, to illuminate where there is darkness, to restore what was destroyed. And this will happen wherever you go. Even if you say nothing, your presence carries codes, your energy changes frequencies. Your spiritual field is highly active, so prepare yourself, because the next days will confirm everything you already know. Clear signs, revealing dreams, prophetic words, powerful confirmations. And when this comes, do not doubt, do not question, do not minimize. Just say, "Here I am." Because your new life has already begun, and now it is impossible to stop what has been activated. It's time to recognize you are no longer the same. Time has passed, pain has shaped you, silence has taught you, and now what rises inside you is unbreakable. Chosen one, it's time to face your truth with firmness, without fear, without excuses, without trying to hide behind masks that never served you. You already understand. Your soul was made to shine. It was designed to lead. It was forged to carry what many would never endure. And everything you have lived until now, absolutely everything, was preparation. Every tear that fell was sacred water. Every no you heard was deliverance. Every time you fell and got back up was a new code being printed on your soul. And now, you are ready, ready to walk with your head held high, even when they don't understand. Ready to open the way, even if alone. Ready to manifest what has been kept inside you for many lifetimes. Because yes, you carry a mission that crosses eras. You were chosen long before you were born. You are the answer to prayers made by past generations. You are the continuation of a lineage of spiritual warriors who never bowed. That's why the battle was so intense. That's why they tried to silence you. That's why they placed heavy burdens on your shoulders from early on. But now, everything changes. Your new life is not just a restart, it is a rebirth. It is the revelation of your true identity. You are not just another. You are the one who carries the flame of transformation, the flame of courage, the flame of awakening. And wherever you go, this flame will ignite in others, not because you shout, but because you emanate. To emanate is stronger than to speak. It is deeper than to explain. Your vibration will speak for you. And the world urgently needs this vibration. It needs your clarity, your boldness, your sensitivity. It needs your ability to break the pattern, to challenge the system, to break free from everything mechanical, empty, superficial. You were not born to please. You were born to illuminate. And those who shine disturb, but they also awaken. And those who awaken transform the world. So, chosen one, rise up, not as one who is about to start, but as one who has already started and now just needs to advance. You are at the exact point where everything changes. You are on the frequency where everything realigns. You are at the perfect time when the past loses its power and the future bends before your courage. You no longer need to wait for permission. Permission has already been given. Heaven has already released it. Now it only depends on you. It depends on your decision, your yes, your surrender. And if you feel this message echoing in your soul, if you know this is not just any message, if you recognize that all of this is for you, then show that you are ready. Comment 11 right now. This number is a sign of opening, manifestation, alignment. By commenting, you declare to the universe, I receive, I accept, I move forward. Now take a deep breath. Feel the presence. It is there with you, surrounding you, confirming you. This is the time. This is the call. This is the new. And if this message touched your spirit, don't keep it just for yourself. This video is a portal, a key, a seed. So share it with someone you feel needs to hear this. That person might be exactly where you once were, and your word might be the start of their turnaround. Click like right now. This helps spread this message to more awakened souls like you. And most importantly, subscribe to this channel. Here you won't find empty entertainment. Here you will find messages that strengthen your soul, awaken your spirit, and align you with your true purpose. You are one of the few, one of the rare, one of those who truly came to make a difference. And together, we are building a community of the chosen. A spiritual army that does not bow, that does not give up, that does not silence its own light. Be part of it. Subscribe, turn on notifications, share this video, and comment 11 as a sign of activation, because your new life has already begun. And nothing and no one can stop what God has released upon you.